Hello, my friend. Welcome back to Everyday English with Johnny. If you've been following this journey, you know what this series is all about. Building your English every single day, one simple habit at a time. Let's quickly remember what we've learned so far. In Chapter 1, we started our daily English journey. In Chapter 2, we learned that small steps create big change. In Chapter 3, we practiced speaking out loud even when alone. In Chapter 4, we learned to listen like a baby. In Chapter 5, we discovered the power of one sentence a day. In Chapter 6, we built our morning routine in English. In Chapter 7, we turned daily life into daily practice. In Chapter 8, we learned to make mistakes every day. In Chapter 9, we turned our phones into English teachers. And today, in Chapter 10, we're going to talk about a simple but life-changing habit: writing a daily journal in English. Yes, just writing a few words, one line, or one thought every day can completely change the way you think, remember, and speak in English. Let me tell you why. Part 1. The day I started my English journal. It all started on a rainy evening. I was feeling stuck. My English wasn't improving, even though I listened, read, and spoke every day. Then I realized something. I never wrote. So that night, I grabbed an old notebook and wrote one simple line. I am tired, but I am learning. It wasn't perfect. The grammar was simple, but it was my sentence, about my feeling. The next day, I wrote again. I listened to a podcast while drinking coffee. The third day, I feel happy because I learned a new word. It became my new ritual. Just one or two lines every night. After a few weeks, I looked back at my notebook and I was shocked. I could see my progress on paper. My sentences were longer. My vocabulary was richer. My thoughts were clearer. That notebook became more than paper. It became my story in English. Part 2. Why writing works so powerfully. When you write, you connect your mind, your memory, and your emotions all at once. That's what makes writing such a powerful learning tool. Here's what happens when you write daily. You remember better. Writing helps your brain organize and store words more deeply. You understand your mistakes. When you see your sentences on paper, you notice what's missing or confusing. You build confidence. Every page you write becomes proof that you're improving. You express yourself freely. Writing is safe. No one is judging you. It's your space to be you. So even one line a day can build your memory, grammar, and self-belief all at once. Part 3. What to write about. You might be thinking, but Johnny, I don't know what to write. Don't worry. It's easier than you think. Here are some simple ideas to start with. Write about your day. I woke up early today. I went to work and met a friend. I cooked rice for dinner. These are everyday moments and perfect for practice. Write about your feelings. I feel happy today. I'm tired but proud. I'm grateful for my family. When you write your emotions, English becomes personal and real. Write about what you learned. I learned a new word, opportunity. I listened to a podcast about confidence. I practiced speaking in front of the mirror. Writing helps you review and remember what you studied. Write about your dreams. I want to travel to Canada. I will speak English fluently one day. I hope to use English in my job. These lines inspire you and remind you of your goals. Part 4. How to build the habit. Here's a simple plan to start your English journal habit. 1. Choose your space. It can be a notebook, your phone's note app, or even a Google Doc. 2. Set a small goal. 1 line a day is enough. If you want, write more. But the key is consistency. 3. Pick a time. I recommend nighttime, before bed. It's the perfect moment to reflect on your day. 4. Don't worry about grammar. Focus on expression, not perfection. Mistakes show you you're learning. 5. Review weekly. Every weekend, read your past entries. You'll see how much your English has improved, and it will motivate you to continue. Part 6. Example journal entries. Here's what your English journal could look like for 1 week. Day 1. I watched a short English video. It was about learning vocabulary. Day 2. I spoke English to myself while cooking. It felt fun. Day 3. I learned a new word, confident. I will use it tomorrow. Day 4. I felt tired, but I still listened to a podcast. Day 5. I wrote 5 sentences today. I'm proud of myself. Day 6. I read an article about travel. I want to visit Japan. Day 7. 1 week, 1 page, and 1 happier me. Small steps, big results. Part 7. Real story. Tao's journal journey. What if my student Tao used to say, "Johnny, I always forget the new words I learn." So I told her, start writing 1 line a day in your journal. At first she said, "Just 1 line?" I said, "Yes, but do it every day." After 2 weeks, she messaged me, "Johnny, my English memory is improving. I can remember words from my journal." After 3 months, she had a small notebook full of sentences. And she told me something beautiful. When I read my first page, I can see how far I've come. It makes me proud. That's what I love about journaling. It doesn't just teach English, it shows you your progress in black and white. Part 8. Tips to make it fun. Here are some creative ways to keep your English journal exciting. 1. Add emojis. Use them to express your feelings. I'm tired but happy. 2. Draw small pictures. Visuals help your memory. 3. Write quotes or affirmations. I can do this. Every day, my English gets better. 4. Use colorful pens or fonts. Make it look nice, because beautiful pages make you want to write more. 5. Name your journal. Something like My English Journey or Letters to My Future Self. When you personalize your journal, it becomes something you look forward to, not a task. Part 8. What happens after 30 days? After 30 days of journaling, amazing things happen. You'll write faster. You'll stop thinking in your native language. You'll feel comfortable using English naturally. You won't need to memorize grammar. It will appear in your sentences automatically. And when you speak, your thoughts will flow more clearly. Because writing isn't just about words, it's about training your brain to think in English. Part 9. Imagine your future journal. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine this. It's 1 year from now.
You're sitting with a cup of coffee, flipping through your old English journal. Page after page, you see your growth, your handwriting, your stories, your mistakes, all proof that you kept going. You smile and think, I didn't just learn English, I lived it. That's the power of your journal, a mirror of your effort, your progress, and your journey.
Part 10. Key lessons to remember. Let's review what we learned today. 1. Writing connects your brain, heart, and memory. It's a complete skill. 2. One line a day is enough to build the habit. 3. Write about your day, feelings, lessons, or dreams. 4. Don't focus on grammar. Focus on expression. 5. Review often to see how far you've come. So remember, my friend, you're not just writing words, you're writing your story in English. My friend, thank you for listening to Everyday English with Johnny. Here's your challenge for tonight. Before you sleep, open your notebook or your phone's note app. Write just one English sentence about your day. It could be simple, like, I listened to an English podcast. I'm proud of myself for learning today. That's it. One line, one day, one step closer to fluency. If this episode inspired you, please follow this podcast and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you know someone who's learning English, share this episode with them, because this simple habit could change their English forever. In the next episode, Chapter 11, Practice with People, Practice with Courage, we'll talk about how to use your English with real people, how to overcome fear, and how to build true confidence through conversation. So stay tuned, keep smiling, and remember, your words have power. Write them down, and you'll see your growth. This is Johnny, and you're listening to Everyday English with Johnny. Keep learning, keep writing, and I'll see you in the next episode.